Hello, everybody, and welcome to lachamba.com. I am Neil Rodriguez. So, welcome back to the work week. Remember, even if you are unemployed, it's still a work week. You are working to get work. And everybody else that is employed, absolutely, welcome back. Hope the weekend went well. It's snowing, like a foot of snow outside in New York City. I bought one of these so I could, so my face doesn't feel like it's being nailed with the iron mask when I'm running in the morning because it gets real cold out here. Alright? The night worker is awake and running 4 laps in 20-degree weather. It's not nice. Okay, so on Saturday, excuse me, on Saturday I was watching CNN and the CMO of Career Builder was on, and a gentleman called. He was an IT expert. He stated that every time he gets on an interview, he gets phone interviews all the time, and the interviewer starts to read down his resume, and once he sees that he graduated from school like 25 years ago, the interview typically stops. They're like, "All right, we'll call you back," and they start to end the conversation, and he doesn't hear a response from the interviewer or the prospective employer again. The CMO of Career Builder suggested that he cut off 25 years of experience. Now, automatically, he set off a firestorm. Lawyers started calling this age discrimination. How dare you say that he should cut off 25 years of experience? People started calling left and right. The journalist that was interviewing the CMO of Career Builder started asking questions, started grilling him. How are you going to take off 25 years experience that's going to demonstrate that he is apt and he is qualified for this position? The CMO of Career Builder had a pretty good argument. He stated that in IT, everything changes. And it's true. Pretty much once you purchase a computer, by the time you boot it the first time, it's already a dinosaur. So everything changes, always upgrades going on. So, I mean, and to that effect, it is true. So I consulted Barry Cohen, which is my career counselor, and I asked him, and I told him, the CMO of Career Builder advised, he suggested he told this gentleman to cut off 25 years of experience. What do you think he should do? Barry Cohen stated that you shouldn't demonstrate more than 18 years of experience on your resume. He cited a story where a lawyer, I believe he worked with, graduated in 1958. He had 2 engineering degrees and a law degree. He was a patent attorney, and he graduated in 1958. Once he omitted the fact that he graduated in 1958, he got hired. So, I mean, that's probably the best advice you could do. You have to package it. You have to be marketable. You have to be marketable when you put this out. The other thing that he told me was to try to avoid phone interviews as much as possible. I know it's hard nowadays because I know I got screened from a lot of jobs when I was looking for a job back in the fall through phone interviews. So I know I probably got eliminated a few times during the phone interview. I did get eliminated a few times after the phone interview. He says try to avoid it as much as possible. In his book, Killer Cover Letters, he recommends that the phone interview or any phone call, any phone conversation that you have with the prospective employee should be used to set an appointment for a face-to-face interview. I think that the phone interviews are being done so prospective employers won't waste their time, or maybe so they won't be swayed by somebody making a powerful impression when they come through with a suit, with the presidential outfit of which I spoke earlier, because that makes a strong impression, and they may be biased towards someone that comes in well dressed, because it makes a statement. You make a good impression. So try to get the face-to-face interview as much as possible, because that first impression, when you come in with that suit with the red tie, white shirt, navy blue suit, or conservative cut, conservative colors, you're going to make a strong impression. That'll be half the battle. If, try to always, you make a segue into try to setting up appointments. Something to the effect of, well, this is something that we could discuss, that I'd be more open to discuss on a face-to-face interview. Can we meet on Wednesday at 1 p.m. or would Thursday at 2 p.m. be better suited for your schedule? Something to that effect. Try to schedule the face-to-face interview. Try to get the face-to-face interview as much as possible, and try to leverage the phone interview in order to do it. Otherwise, he advised, he told me this, which has worked a lot, which helps me with my presentations, is you place a mirror right next to the phone, or let's say if you're speaking from a computer. I used to use the computer, and I used to have I used to be writing notes, and I used to have also a lot of typical responses to, or rather my responses to typical interviewing questions on the computer, on the notepad, and I would have a mirror right next to it. It makes you sound more animated because you're looking at the mirror, you see yourself moving, and it feels like you're speaking to somebody. It's an old sales trick, an old telemarketer's trick that he told me to employ, and it works. I mean, even when I want to memorize something, my wife, she bought me a mirror with a handle for 99 cents over at the 99-cent store that I just speak into. Not saying mirror, mirror on the wall, just speak into it, lay back on my sofa, and I memorize my lines. When I have a presentation, helps me memorize things a lot quicker. So keep that in mind. Try not to, if you're in the position where you have too much experience, I mean, like you're overqualified. First off, if they say that you are overqualified, one of the best responses is to demonstrate that, well, I am overqualified, but that just means that I have more experience to get the job done quicker and to produce a quicker return on investment when you hire me. All right, you got to find ways to make yourself marketable, to make what you have marketable. All right, use it as a pro. So that's basically it. Try to avoid the phone interview as much as possible and try to use it to land the face-to-face interview, and just package it in a form that'll make you the ideal fit to the position for which you are applying. I thank you for watching. My name is Neil Rodriguez. Until next time, have a great week.